The Sitecore booth at the DMEXCO during my visits for asking people about the future visions of web experience management. I'm together with Darren Guarnaccia from Sitecore. You're the Chief Strategy Officer. Great to have you for an interview this afternoon. So what is your idea? So where are we heading to, the web experience management? So web experience management, we're talking about this already quite some time. We're talking about the dynamic websites and so on. So is this web experience leaving the more static website, going to a more dynamic approach, or what is your idea on this?
Web content management and web experience management has really evolved in a couple of ways. First of all, it's going beyond the web, and it's got really kind of extended into mobile. So more of what we do is not just a website, it's really any form factor, whether it's a tablet, a PC, a mobile phone. And that really, content itself has become really the currency in which marketers use to actually engage customers. You know, I often say that content is the coin in which you purchase attention to get customers to engage with you. So we're really moving beyond just web into really many different kind of interaction channels, because customers are channel blind. They have no idea that this channel and this department is different. So when they call you in the call center and they expect a similar answer, and they expect you to remember what you told them the last time, so that when they get on their phone and interact with you, you know them as much as they know you. So really it's about connecting the customer experience across all of these places that they engage with you. So you start treating them like the human being that they are across those many devices and many different ways that they interact with you. And that is really where I think things have changed.
When you're saying that content is the key and we need to address the same content questions over different channels, then we have to serve this content or manage this content from the same platform or for all the channels, don't we?
Absolutely. So if content is king, context is queen. So having content is important, and content again is the currency of the modern marketer. However, knowing the right time to use that content with the right person at the right place, the right time is crucial. So it's about context and content. And context is really situation. Where are you? What device are you using? What are you doing? What led us to get here? All of those things that give us an intelligent view into who that person is and what they need, so we can better serve them. So it's this idea of content and context.
How are the companies are taking up with this?
Say it one more time.
How are the companies are taking up with this? So
in terms of adoption, I think you see a mixture. You see certain companies that are the early adopters, and they are really moving fast with this. One of our customers is a company called Nutricia Danone, and they have experienced explosive growth by connecting all of their channels and really focusing in on what that customer really wanted from them. We have various other customers in the different parts of their journey. I think one of the things that's very clear, though, is as we look at recent cases like Uber and Airbnb and other disruptive companies that are really changing their landscape, every industry is now asking, am I next? So everyone has learned you need to do something. Doing nothing is not an option. Otherwise, you'll have happen to you what happened to the taxi companies. And as John Chambers recently said at one of his conference keynotes, 40% of companies very well may not exist in 10 years in a meaningful way because of digital disruption. If you aren't thinking about it right now, you need to start.
So, when we want to take up with this journey as a project lead, what would you recommend to do first?
I would argue that culture eats strategy for breakfast. Culture starts aligning around the customer and the outcome that they want, understanding what your customer really wants, not just the products you want to sell them, but what are they really trying to get to with the product you might want to sell them. Starting culturally with how do we create a cohesive experience for that customer. Begin there. Build alignment, build organizational alignment, and really rethink the business around what was that customer after, and then start to plot out a user journey that gets them to the outcome and is useful and full of utility. Utility meaning I'm doing something that they find useful, they get value from, that leads them along that journey that ultimately will lead them to your product and how your product will help them, but not starting with the product, starting with the outcome and what the customer really wanted in the first place.
Great. Thank you for the interview.
Great. Thank you for having me.